Reality feels solid. It feels stable. It feels real. But modern science is starting to suggest something strange. Reality might not be what it seems at all. The deeper we look into the universe, the more it starts to feel like the world around us is not as fixed, not as solid, and not as simple as we once thought. In fact, some of the most serious scientists in the world now believe that reality itself might be an illusion. At the smallest scales, the universe does not behave like a normal, solid world. In quantum physics, particles do not have a single definite position until they are observed. They exist in multiple possible states at the same time. It is only when something looks at them or measures them that they seem to choose a reality. This is called the observer effect. In a strange way, it suggests that reality does not fully exist until it is observed. That alone is already unsettling. But it gets even stranger. Time, which feels constant and reliable to us, is not actually the same everywhere. Near massive objects like black holes, time slows down. For objects moving at extreme speeds, time also changes. This means time is not universal. It is flexible. It stretches and bends depending on where you are and how fast you are moving. So even something as basic as time is not as real or as fixed as it feels. Then there is the idea that space itself is not truly empty. Even in the darkest, emptiest parts of the universe, energy is still there. Particles appear and disappear constantly. What we call nothing is actually full of activity. So the solid world we think we live in is, at its deepest level, more like a shifting field of energy and probabilities. Some scientists take this even further. They suggest that reality might be similar to a simulation. This is called the simulation hypothesis. The idea is simple but disturbing. If it is possible to simulate entire worlds, then statistically it is more likely that we are inside a simulation than in a base reality. In other words, what we experience as reality could be more like a very advanced program than a fundamental world. Even space and time themselves might be more like data than physical things. Then there is the idea that consciousness. No one truly knows what consciousness is or where it comes from. Your thoughts, your awareness, your sense of being you cannot be directly measured or located in the brain in a simple way. Some theories suggest that consciousness might not come from reality, but that reality might come from consciousness. That would mean the universe is not something you are inside of. It might be something that is happening inside awareness itself. And finally, there is the limit of what we can ever observe. We can only see a small part of the universe. We can only measure reality through imperfect tools and human senses. It is entirely possible that what we call reality is just a tiny slice of something much bigger, stranger, and more complex than we can ever understand. So, is reality real? Science does not give us a final answer. But the more we learn, the more it seems that reality is not a solid, fixed stage. It is something fluid, something mysterious, and possibly something very different from what it appears to be. Maybe the strangest part is not that reality might be an illusion, but that we are here, inside it, trying to understand it at all.